Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, students and parents, friends and colleagues at Masscomedia, and our distinguished guests. Masscomedia is not a media institute, it's a media company. It's a new age media company in which you will find that as you go along your 2 years and 3 years, you will come across a lot of things that you would actually do in a media company. The way Masscomedia has been designed by its founders and by the people who have been in media business is that the training for media is mostly practical. It takes a lot of practical experience and practical endeavor to become a good media journalist, to become a good cameraman, to become a good animator, to become a good graphics designer, to become a good advertising professional, to have a good network so that you have good PR with various other media companies and correspondents and things like that. At Masscomedia, we think that in the next 2 or 3 years you're going to be with us. You would be able to experience what media is going to be all about. For the last 3 years of Masscomedia, there have been over about 1,000 students who have passed through the campus in one way or the other. We also run programs in the Delhi University. There are people who come from places like Bhutan to come and upgrade their skill sets in terms of broadcasting, journalism, delivery, and technicals at Masscomedia. You will find you have access to state-of-the-art facilities in television studios because the studios have actually been built to run 2 television channels out of it. The studios are so ready for broadcast that all that you need at Masscomedia today is an uplink and probably a license, to run a television channel. So a lot of it is going to be your own endeavor as to how you are going to position yourself into doing media stories. The curriculum at Masscomedia, which is prescribed by the UGC and which is built internally by faculty and everybody, is a curriculum. It has its definite boundaries. You're going to be taught that. But it is largely dependent upon your own endeavor or on how you are going to use the facilities in Masscomedia, use the people who are running Masscomedia at the moment, get in sync with what the technology demands in the marketplace, understand what the media climate is all about. Because if you do all these kind of things, your levels of or your opportunity of getting placed is much, much higher, and getting placed at a better job is obviously much coherent and higher. We have a lot of workshops which happen at Masscomedia. These workshops are from doing daily bulletins, which are read out of newspapers. They're also about when students become stringers for television channels on their own. They freelance a little bit. And everything can be compiled in Masscomedia newsrooms. Then we have a lot of documentaries which students at the moment shoot. I would like to tell you that there are about 3 students from Masscomedia who are currently shooting full-time for National Geographic Channel. There are also students who are shooting full-time for Discovery Channel. There are students who have been to the Himalayan expedition on their own, taken cameras from Masscomedia, come back, edited footages, got awards. There are students who have done a great amount of work, and their work is on YouTube, and they get a lot of hits out of it. There are students who have graduated from Masscomedia, got an initial job at a low level, and now they are almost sub-editors at certain media companies. It is because they used the facilities that were provided to them efficiently, effectively, and full-time. What we have seen in the last 3 years is the attitude of students of not to come to classes. We all know and we all appreciate that after doing an extensive 12th board, you are exhausted in studies and college is leisure time. If you think college is leisure time, so for the next 5 years you will not be able to make a career. Because after the end of 3 years, you will wake up and you will say, we missed out on college. We have a degree in hand, but we have no skill set, then the industry will question you. What did you do in 3 years? And you will ask and you will answer, we have a degree. The industry will tell you that the degree is of no use if you have not done projects, if you do not know people in media, if you do not know people in companies, if you have no idea if the industry size of advertising is 50,000 crores, out of which 25,000 crores is contributed by the government in the form of DAVP and 25,000 by the corporates. If you do not know which is the largest newspaper in the country, if you do not know which is the largest newspaper in the world, if you have no idea that Walt Disney made Snow White and that was the first production and it is still not profitable, but it is still the biggest media company in the world. If you do not know what is yellow journalism, if you do not know what is sensationalization of news, if you do not know how to entice a politician into talking so that they become your friends, they are able to communicate their messages to the public, and then you get a name because you have been on a forum where a certain politician is interacting with you. All this will come if you have good attendance in your classes, if you're attentive, if you're a little more concerned about your own self and your own projects, because your parents and your peers and your guardians are going to have put in a lot of effort on you to be here. So I would expect that you use Masscomedia, use the facilities, use this opportunity to being trained at a good facility by good staff, good faculty, people who are reciprocative, and to become a good media professional at the end of the 3rd year. That is also what your parents hope, that is also what your faculty hopes, and that is also what the industry hopes, because the industry has a huge demand. It is very difficult for industry. I mean, I've been running a publishing company for 25 years now, and it is very difficult to find good writers, good photographers, good illustrators, good artists, good poets, people who would shoot a good video. Now, since you've selected mass communication, media, advertising, journalism, broadcast journalism, radio journalism, etc., and over and above that, CBSE has said, that mass communication is now one of the 5 subjects that you can choose in the 12th grade. Media professionals are going to be quite in vogue. They're going to be sought after. And media is one area which is like a painting. If somebody is given a canvas and a set of paints and say you paint a portrait and this is all that it takes, what it actually takes is skill. It is not the paint and the canvas. It is not the brush. I mean, everybody can't paint a Hussein or a Leonardo da Vinci. It takes a skill set. These guys have been painting for years and they have painted various forms. So at Masscomedia, as faculty, as a member of the forum which created the entire enterprise, I would insist that you use the facilities, use your creativity, use your skills, get interactive with faculty, get interactive with me on a personal level if you want to, and have a good peer group, read a lot, look at a lot of magazines, see a lot of television, and write a lot. And that would make you a true Masscomedia media professional. Thank you.